What is up, people? Van from the VaniverseGaming channel here, bringing you episode 9 of my Solasta Crown of the Magister Ironman Scavenger Mode run. In the previous episode, we killed some Soraks, we acquired the Sorak head, and now we are heading back to the council to show them that we have proof that Soraks do exist. We also acquired a crown that one of our party members is now wearing and is attuned to, and we need to go back and kind of show them what's going on here. So we're going to actually get to a part here where we're going to have to take a little break, and we're going to have a little cutscene. We're having a troubled night now that we're wearing this new crown on our head.
You look a little pale. Is something wrong?
I don't feel too good.
Shit, I knew that hunk of junk was cursed. You don't know that. Just get rid of it.
No, we need it.
Need it? For what?
For its power. I can feel it, deep inside.
Are you okay?
I just need to rest for a bit.
Yeah, I'm not feeling too good either.
I'm exhausted as well. Maybe the curse has affected us all.
Stop it. Don't be ridiculous.
Fine, let's rest for a while. Set up camp.
Alright, so obviously this new crown that is on our head is having some effect, but we don't know what it is. So we will figure this out as we proceed, but it is called Solasta Crown of the Magister, maybe? And no combat on the way back to town, so that's good. I think we're starting to get to a high level now where, depending on where we are on the map, things just don't want to attack us. They want to run away instead.
Against all odds, we've recovered proof that Soraks do exist.
How do you feel?
Better.
Maybe that sickness was nothing.
What about the crown? You know the council will probably take it.
No,
We can't hide the fact that we found it with the Soraks.
it's our loot. Ours.
We have to declare anything of historical value. And they have the right to buy it.
And if it's priceless?
Come on, they can do whatever they want.
Sure.
We must wait and see and hope for the best.
They'd better remember that we fought the Soraks for this.
Alright, so we got a little bit of a story that we're going to tell and a little strategy. We're all lined as a group here. Go talk to her real quick. There we go. So this is the board, the scavengers. So they go and pick up all the loot on the ground. So take what you want out of here and then sell the rest. Then we'll go over here to the quest board. We're going to start getting some quests. So these are the side quests I mentioned that you can do. These are great to do because they give you extra experience, some extra loot, and they're pretty much taking you back to places you've already been. So that's kind of nice, is now you can go back and do some quests in places you've already explored, and there's something else you have to handle. So now let's talk to this guy.
Lord Karen!
Ah, deputies. I see you found some nice, shiny loot. So, have you brought us the head of a Sorak?
One head, slightly damaged.
Marike preserve us. I'm sorry I asked.
At least it's dead. You should have seen it alive.
I can only imagine.
When's the next council meeting?
When? But now, of course. The rumor of your return has already reached the palace. They're waiting for you.
They are?
Well, more for this. But come on.
Now there's a trophy. And by the
And then
way,
look who that is.
crazy now?
If anyone can put in the comments
You were
who
right,
the
we were
voice
wrong.
that is, that would
They
be,
do
I would
exist.
love to see if you know
Happy
whose
now?
voice is that character.
Kid,
That one
I've seen
right
more
there.
than anyone in this town, yet nobody seems to believe me.
Maybe it's a curse.
The curse of being surrounded by idiots.
If you don't mind, Merton, we have business to attend to.
Right. Say hello to the old lady for me, Karen.
Who's this guy again?
Arwin Merton. He used to be a legend. The first scavenger, they say. But now, well, you can see for yourself.
Who's this old lady?
Just ignore him. Let's go.
Now we're
Your
showing our
thoughts,
proof.
Dean Fasek?
Well, it looks very much as the scriptures describe. Well then, it seems we have a problem.
It's a disaster. We all know what the Sorak did on Tirmar.
There's something else.
What?
A crown?
Interesting. Very nice find.
We don't want to sell it. Why not? You know we pay well. We want to keep it.
I'd like to take a look at it, though. Come on. Let them take a look. Thank you.
Any ideas?
It's quite massive. Clearly imperial in style.
These ruins remind me of the Imperial Schools of Magic.
I have a spell I'd like to cast on this.
My lords, this deputy is clearly unwell.
What?
Uh-oh.
What?
You passed out.
Where are we?
The Temple of Einar.
Apparently,
Marshal
separating her
Beric
from the
Sunblade
crown is
himself
not a good
invited
thing.
us to stay here. We certainly made an impression on the council. They believe you're attuned to the crown, that you can't be separated from it.
What? So it is cursed?
They're not sure. All these big brains and they're stumped. They cast spells on the crown, on you.
Between that and the Soraks, we caused quite a fuss out there. They'll reconvene the council when you're ready. But trust me, there's a lot of people who want to talk to you first.
So like I said in the previous episode, whoever you put the crown on, you're never going to be able to wear a headpiece on that character again. So make sure you pick a character that you have no interest in putting on something else, like a magical helmet or something of the sort, because you are stuck with the crown forever.
Lord Sunblaze, thank you for your hospitality.
It's the least we can do for the deputies who proved that there are still Soraks on Solasta. You've proved we cannot relax our vigilance. Did you find anything else that could help us track them?
There was a parchment.
If you find it, send for the char.
You can read that?
That last word, it's not Temarian. It's in the Sorakath tongue.
I knew it.
It means general. You were wise to run.
Also, the fanatics we fought near that old tower. They all had this tattoo on their arm.
It seems to support the idea that they were working for the Soraks under duress.
It is indeed one of their ways. Now this is the A of Erevad.
Can you enlighten us?
Between the myth and what we've seen, it's confusing.
Of course, we paladins and clerics of Einar are the guardians of these memories. Our ancestors fought the war against the Sorakath. Their god, Sortar, gave them dark powers of treachery, mind-reading, and shape-changing. They infiltrated the human society, corrupted the hearts of men. At some point, everyone was suspected to be a Sorak in disguise. Distrust broke humanity. Sortar had won. He corrupted even Erevad, god of the Inquisitors. The gods themselves decided to run away from Tirmar. They opened the rift for the humans to escape to Solasta. Many of them didn't make it. It was a tragedy. At the site of the rift, thousands of Sorak tried to cross. Sortar himself tried. The rift was closed in a gigantic blast. Our kings and heroes, Manicalan's masters of magic, were all wiped out. So, how could Soraks have survived, escaped, and then thrived on Solasta?
It's a very good
suppose
question.
That's another one of their tricks. But for those who had survived the war, the Exodus, it was paramount to stay vigilant, to keep the memory alive. The memory of what Soraks were, what they could do, so that if one day they were to return, we'd be ready. I'm sorry to say, after 1,000 years, only a few of us remain. Now, most people believe Soraks are a mere legend. But you brought us proof. The Soraks are not extinct.
Yep. Well, that's a problem, isn't it?
That's all very scary, but thanks. It's going to help us.
You're welcome, deputies. If you find anything else connected to the Sorak or their allies, bring it to the temple. Talk to Chaplain Dialog. You will be well rewarded. Whenever you're ready, the council will meet again.
All right. So now after that long-winded thing, there's a couple people that want to talk to us. This is where you start figuring out the different factions and who you want to partner with to gain favor with, so you can buy stuff from their shops.
It's an honor, deputies.
Who are you?
My name is Maddie Greenisle. I work for the Tower of Knowledge. I'm just a junior aide in the council, but if you ever need to contact my superiors without going through official channels, just see me at the tower, downtown.
Why the sudden interest in us?
You proved yourselves in the Badlands. Now, we in the Tower of Knowledge value skilled adventurers. If you find anything of historical value, we'll pay well. And, you know, if things go well, we might share some of our own secrets.
All right. We'll think about it.
So basically, as you pick up stuff, you'll notice that when you click on it, it'll have different factions that you can improve by handing that in. And that's everyone's competing for those artifacts.
Time, deputies?
We're in kind of a hurry.
I know. I won't delay you long. My name is Headland Shorespell. I represent the Arcaneum.
And the Arcaneum belongs to the New Empire. Do you really want to be seen talking to us?
My business is magic, not politics. And no, I have no quarrel with you. You may not see us Imperials as friends, but we take the Council very seriously. We are particularly interested in anything from the Old Empire that you might find in the Badlands. Anything from the Manacallan era Arcaneum. Even more so. Oh, of course, we'd pay you handsomely for this crown, although I know that's not possible.
You're smarter than you look.
Also quite indifferent to mockery. Anyway, we have an unrivaled trove of magical and other knowledge. Think it's over. You can find me at the Gravekeep's Cask.
Really? Not at the embassy?
What can I say? I love Martel's beer, even though it tastes like donkey piss.
What? How did you...
That was our joke. The first day we met. Was he spying on us?
Maybe he just agrees about the taste.
So I've already said it before, to me, the best faction to partner up with is the Arcaneum, but there are different achievements you get in this game, so if you get to the highest level faction with each of these, it's a different achievement, so
I'll do my best.
when I did this playthrough, I partnered up with Tower of Knowledge because I didn't get there before, but I would highly recommend partnering up with the Arcaneum. They have the best stuff.
That's not for me to say. And you seemed to be in a rush?
Fine.
I just want you to know that our Grand Master Edvin Danentar has noticed you.
He talked a lot, for sure.
He's a man of great authority. He'd like you to know that our doors are open to you if you'd care to visit us. You can find me at Sunblaze Court.
Interested in Badlands treasures, I suppose, like everyone else.
Well, if you ever come across old spellbooks or spell scrolls, we'd love to see them. In return, we have the largest collection of spells and potion recipes you could ever hope to see.
More than the Arcaneum.
They would disagree, but yes. Now, if you were to prefer feeding the New Empire's wizards with more magical knowledge than the Principality, that would be a troubling choice to many on the Council.
Neutrality means we don't treat you any differently than we treat them.
Of course, neutrality is the rule. Good day to you, deputies.
So really, to sum it up, Tower of Knowledge is a bunch of spell scrolls and whatnot. The Circle of Danatar, you can get magical weapons. The Arcaneum gives you all of the recipes to craft magical, not all the recipes, but has the primed weapons so you can actually craft magical weapons and armor. And then, what's the one up north near the tower, or near the council? I forget what that one's called. I'll remember it. But they give you magical items that like help you, like boots and belts and stuff like that.
Do you know Arwin Merton, the so-called first scavenger?
So we're cleaning up some quests while we're here too.
That's it.
Merton. It's a painful topic for me. I'd rather not talk about him.
Fair enough.
Oh, okay. Well, fine. Be like that. All right, so we picked up some quests. We picked up some side quests. We kind of put the story along. Now we're going to go talk to Merton here a little bit. But we definitely want to visit each of the different vendors so I can kind of show you what I was talking about. See what we have to give to them and kind of finish up in this area.
Here. The Sorak hunters themselves.
It's Merton, right? Arwen Merton?
Damn right.
First scavenger. Where does that come from?
Long story, kid. Short version. When we started crossing the marches to the Badlands, I was one of the first. Now, I'm just the ugliest one left standing.
What should we know about the Badlands? Any advice?
Bring a good cleric with good healing spells. You'll need them.
You're a legend. Why do you seem so sour?
Sour? It's this ale that's sour. That's all. The High and Mighty Council, paying clueless kids like you to go and get killed in the Badlands. But they're not asking good old Arwen. No. Go figure. It's because I got them figured out.
Figured out how?
The Legacy Council is full of it, acting all united and lovey-dovey while they plot to rob each other. Wouldn't surprise me if some of them were even Soraks in disguise. You know they can shapeshift.
Okay.
Hey, I was right about them hiding in the Badlands, wasn't I?
So there you go. Get a little bit more information about Arwen Merton, but nothing that's all that exciting. He actually will be a friend of yours down the road, depending on what you do and what quests you do. So now that we did that, let's kind of see some of the different vendor options here. This is the one I was talking about up here at the embassy. See, I don't think anyone has moved to where they had to go yet, so we're gonna go into the council because now that we took a rest, they want to see us again. So let's do this part here. This is the guy I was talking about. He's the one who sells you the magic items, not the magic weapons.
Like the scavengers.
Good to know. Thanks for the invitation.
Honorable council members, please take your seats.
Ah, our crown bearer is up again.
Lord Danantar has the floor.
Thank you. I have confirmed that our deputy is indeed magically attuned to the crown. It is an uncommonly powerful attunement, unlike anything I've seen. I strongly recommend against forcing separation.
Chancellor Gormsdottir?
With the council's permission, I'd like to try a little experiment. I have here the gem that Captain Merrin recovered recently. I have reason to believe that it might be as I suspected. It belongs to the crown.
What have you done?
Commander.
As you can see, the crown sucked in the gem right into the crown. And then you are teleported to the past. So now all of a sudden that you're wearing the crown and you get one of the stones that go with the crown, you're teleported back to what the story was of the paladins who protected against the Soraks, while all the magicians and magic men of Manacalon were trying to seal the rift which caused the cataclysm which wiped out the entire area. So basically in this area here, all you have to do is survive. And it's pretty hard to die here. I mean, for the most part, you're a pretty beefy, like level 20 paladin. So you have lots of attacks, lots of heal, lots of spells. So unless something terribly goes wrong, actually, I truly don't think you can die, to be quite honest. I just don't think it's possible to die here. So you just gotta kind of pretend to be actually making a difference. But after you get through a couple rounds, you'll be fine. So just more of the story, kind of showing you what a high-level paladin can do if you're interested in playing a paladin. They have some pretty sweet stuff here. So we're going to watch as this goes through. I mean, as we kill them, they're just going to keep coming out of the portal. And if you look behind us, you're going to see all of these magic users that are all using their magic power to block the portal. And so they have this barrier around them that nothing can get through. And that's our job, is to basically stay here and keep fighting them off and distracting them until the portal is closed. So if you understand what the story is, basically all of these creatures were from a completely another world, and when they opened a rift to come to this world, everything tried to get through. All of these humans basically escaped. So this used to be a world where humans didn't exist, but then they escaped from Tiramar to run away from the Sorakath and their god. And they were able to come across, but once the portal was closed, it caused a cataclysm that pretty much wiped everything out. And that was like 1,000 years ago, so now a lot of people forgot about all that. All they know is about the cataclysm and what happened. But now you have people that were on this quote-unquote planet, world, whatever you want to call it, and these new people that had to flee from this Tiramar. So they thought that they all got away safely. Soraks no longer existed, and then they were trying to, cohabitate and figure out how to live with all these foreign people that just kind of came into their world. And then all of a sudden we find out later that now the Soraks did not die 1,000 years ago, and they're planning something. So there's a crown, there's gems, crown of the Magister. All the pieces are starting to come together. So we're gonna just keep getting through these turns. You can see every single turn something else is coming out of the portal. There's casters, there's the shadow guys that can sneak attack you, there's the big huge monstrosity looking things. All these things you're gonna fight at some point in the game with your group of characters. Like these big monstrosity guys, they get 3 attacks and they hit really hard. Luckily, I have a very high armor class because I'm a very high level paladin with lots of fun spells. And I'm also buffed up. I have like buffs on me that are given to me during this battle. And then right there you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 spellcasters that are trying to close this rift. I think we're almost done here. I think we don't have much longer. Maybe this one more round. So I'm going to make my attacks here. I have disadvantage because I'm frightened, because someone used a frightened spell and I failed it. You can tell on my little character icon up on the top, that red thing that looks kind of like a bat thingy at the bottom. Pretty sure that's a frightened condition. Doesn't matter, even if I'm at disadvantage, I still roll like a beast. I get like plus 14 on my attacks. Whoops, you missed. Oh, I got knocked down. Now this guy's gonna... Oh, 26 to hit. Ouch. Alright. Let's finish this up. Come on. And is that it? I think that might be it. Yep, here we go. All right.
Are you going to faint again?
Now we get to tell him what just happened while we just sat there, and so I just said it's nothing.
I suggest we focus on the Soraks for now.
Yes, I concur.
What about this artifact? The other gems?
Let the crown bearer and the other deputies follow that quest. Find the other gems if you can, but keep us informed. In the meantime, we will formulate a response to the Soraks.
Let's vote. Delegates, do you agree?
Aye. Your Royal Highness?
Oh, pardon me. Yes, I concur.
To which proposition, Your Highness?
I mean, they should go and find the diamonds, the gems.
So, resolved. Let it be recorded. Thank you, honored delegates. The council is now in recess.
All right, so we're on a new mission now.
What was that? What do you mean the crown wants its missing gems?
I
I can't explain. I just feel it. Anyway, we have a new mission.
All right then. So where are we going, Crown Bearer?
I think the Crown knows.
So basically, now there is a spot populated on your map that the Crown is telling you to go. And now our new mission is to basically travel across the map and gather all of the gemstones to fill the Crown while the Council figures out how to deal with the Soraks. So before we kind of head out and do that, I think we're going to do some visiting of some of these vendors. I don't know what we picked up,
Clear
though.
skies, my friends. You have some treasure in your backpacks?
So here's the guy.
We do
Yep.
require.
So if you go in here, you can kind of see, this is the antiquarians. So these sell magic items. A couple of the things they sell are used to craft for magic crafting, but the antiquarians, all of their magical stuff is like, you know, quivers, boots, capes, that kind of thing. If we come down here, we get interrupted by somebody before we come down here. So real quick, we'll do this cutscene.
A word, please, deputies.
What's up? What's this?
A command word to teleport your party to the city's Imperial Gate.
Teleport?
We can't do that, I'm pretty sure.
Well, word is that in the Badlands, you may come across functioning major gates. If you do, use this command word and you'll be brought back here. Take note of any command word on the gate you find, and you'll be able to return there the same way.
That's fantastic.
Don't get too excited. So far, no one's found any.
Yeah, well, we will.
Right. Thanks anyway.
Stay in the light, senior deputies.
You too, Captain.
So this is really good because sometimes you're traveling 20, 30 days to, well, maybe that's too much, but you're traveling a very long time to get to areas. So you don't want to have to travel overground travel the whole way back. So using the major gates is going to be super sweet once you get them unlocked. But we don't know of any yet, so we got to find them. So now we're going to come down here. And this is the one I was telling you. This is Circle Danitar. So where the antiquarians sell us magical items, the Circle Danitar will sell us magical weapons. So we can look and see. We can, if we have something, we can say, yes, we have something to give you, which we'll show you here in a bit. But if you look at their wares, almost everything they sell is magic armor, magic weapons, +1s, +2s. That's why I don't usually buy from her. They do have some spell scrolls, but nothing that you're not going to pick up in the world. And that's why I usually don't align with Circle Danitar, is because most of the time you're going to get magical items from your travels. And then we'll come down here and I'll show you Tower of Knowledge. So this is the faction I do partner with in this playthrough, solely because this is the hardest. This was the only faction I never really put anything into. And the reason being is they do a lot of crafting recipes when it comes to spell scrolls. So I don't, like, it's all spell scrolls, poisons, those types of things. Like, these are all books on different poison arrows and that. And so she doesn't offer really anything that was all a big deal to me. So learning how to craft scrolls it's just not worth it. But I wanted to get my achievement, so that's why I partnered up with her. And then we're going to run into another interruption to go to the Arcaneum.
Hey, interested in a little side job?
Sure am.
What kind of side job?
The kind that takes particular skills and contacts in the, shall we say, involuntary gift business.
Yes, we shall say that.
Involuntary gift business? That's just embarrassing. Say what you mean. The underworld, right?
And there I was trying to be discreet.
Try harder.
You were terrible at it, yes.
Suppose I do have the skills and contacts you're looking for.
Go to Annie Bagmorda at the Scavengers. Tell her I sent you.
So this is one of the quests that is based on the background you choose. So when you choose the certain backgrounds, when you pick your character, each background has its own unique quest line. So this is one of the background quest
Merton
lines.
says you got a problem.
So unless you chose the background that I did, you wouldn't have this quest when you play through.
Yet. But I know people.
People who can track down stolen goods.
What kind of goods?
A sword. Imperial. The guard has 3 diamonds. Probably magical.
Probably? What does it probably do?
Never got a chance to find out.
You offering a reward?
I'll make it worth your while.
Are you not the one supposed to bring back stuff?
Very funny.
Alright. So, I forget which background this is. This is the one that I chose to pick up to get like thieves tools or be proficient in thieves tools.
Clear skies, my friends.
So we're going back to talk to her for something else now.
Who? An old acquaintance, I gather.
Oh look, another
Master
background.
Dakin. He said he'd wait for you at Sunblaze Court.
Oh. Thanks for the message. Stay in the light.
So that's picking up a quest for another background.
Like she said, an old acquaintance.
I'm pretty sure that's the one where I forget. Gosh darn, I forget which background I picked up for her. But again, another different background quest. So each of my 4 characters have a different background. So all 4 of them will end up spurring a different side quest. So I will show you those quests in the next episode here. We can do those since they're kind of in town. But first, I want to finish up by showing you the Arcaneum and why I choose the Arcaneum. Now, if you're not going to do crafting and you don't have a character in your party that can do crafting, I would highly recommend you rethink it, because some of the best weapons that you're going to be able to get throughout the game are through crafting. And so it's just, it makes more sense to do crafting. So we'll look at this. So you can see all of these weapons are all primed weapons. And the only way you can craft something is if you have primed weapons. And you have to have certain faction to unlock the different levels of primed weapons. And so, for instance, the best sword in the game is a flaming sword that is a long sword. And you need a specific item that you get off of creatures combined with a prime longsword to craft it. And then there you go. Now you got yourself a magical flaming longsword that comes down the road. So I'm a big fan of crafting, so that is why I picked the Arcaneum. Now I think we're going to end it here. I'm going to do a little bit of I think I cast Detect Magic, and then I'm going to do some Identify here. That's why I always have my wizard, to make sure I can check it all out. And then we're going to figure out on which faction we're going to partner up. And once we start building faction, you'll notice that my faction sucks. So I get no rebate on things I sell or buy. But once I start getting my faction up, I'll get 10, 20, and 30% rebates on everything I buy and sell. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next episode.